The City of Seattle provides a wide range of services: utilities, transportation, parks, permitting, human services, police, fire, and emergency management. The City of Seattle has over 12,000 employees and over 750 in the IT department. We have a centralized IT department servicing all of the City of Seattle services. So how can we help the City of Seattle increase agility, increase scalability, and increase productivity? Speaking to agility, a lot of our bots are being designed, built, and deployed within 1 week. We look at scalability. We often try to build our bots with 300% scalability from the outset. So when somebody asks, when can I get this bot scaled up to 300%? The answer is it's already ready to go. Productivity. So a lot of governments don't have a follow the sun model or an outsourcing model. So what we try to do is have as many of our bots run overnight between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. so that we have ad hoc capacity for anything that might happen throughout the day. So why automation anywhere? So the first task I had as the automation lead was to find the best automation platform for the City of Seattle. So I took the top 3 Gartner ranked products, which would be Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, and UiPath. I then installed the community versions and took the required trainings for each of those 3 and spent each 6 weeks with each platform. For us, Automation Anywhere was the clear winner, and that was because we have most of our web applications being web-based. And so we were able to utilize the smart recorder to do a vast number of our automations. So when we're building these automations, the recording feature might allow for 50 to 60% of building the entire bot. So this cuts down our bot building time by 30 or 40% in most cases. It's also the most intuitive platform to use. So if you notice Blue Prism or UiPath, oftentimes use a Visio-like drawing board to build your bots. What we've noticed is that you spend maybe 20 to 30% of your time just trying to make your bots look good for demos, doing things like straightening lines and just making sure that everything looks presentable. With the A360 platform, it's a fully structured board. So everything is drag and drop, and there's only one place your bots can go. So it doesn't matter if I build a bot or somebody in finance builds a bot or somebody in HR builds a bot, they're all going to look the same and no time is spent making the bot pretty. But it also means that it's very easy for me to review bots built by multiple people because they're always going to have the same structure. It's also the only web-based and cloud-native platform, and this was huge for us during the pandemic because as we brought on more and more bot builders, we never had to have them, and we never had to push any localized software. So we know one example would be I had our CTO do a job shadow for the day, and I was able to have him build his first bot in under 1 hour. So super cool technology. So this is utilizing IQBot. And so I can talk about a bot that I built for our accounts payable department. So before I got involved, they had a very manual process of literally just having people review every email, downloading invoices, renaming them, manually opening up PDF Pro to date stamp them, and then save them down to a folder, and then manually type the data into PeopleSoft. I built a number of bots which work together to become our intelligent document digital worker. So as soon as we get an email, an AP tech will review the email, and if it has an invoice in it, drag it to an Outlook folder just for invoices. From there, the bot will automatically download the invoice to a local network folder, add the domain that the email came from, and the receive date to the file name. From there, a second bot will open up PDF Professional and add a date stamp. The next up, it will be uploaded to IQBot for intelligent document processing, and then it will be downloaded as a .csv file to be uploaded into PeopleSoft. The last bot will actually take the .csv file and enter that invoice data into PeopleSoft for us, and all of this is tracked in a master spreadsheet tracker. So every step of this process is actually tracked in Excel. So we have a full audit log of the digital worker throughout the day. So the City of Seattle had a utility discount program with utilities. Before COVID, you would have to call a contact center agent to get on the program. The mayor decided to expand this program under the COVID-19 to anybody that was feeling financial hardship. So the mayor's office decided to put out a public-facing Microsoft form on the website for the utilities. This resulted in an instant backlog of 7,000 applicants that at the time there was no technology to process them any quicker than humans could. Within 1 month, I was able to build a bot to do the initial proof of concept and start adding these applicants to the program. Within 3 months, we had cleared the backlog, and we had 3 iterations of the bot, adding people to programs that we hadn't thought possible before. And so I'll just take you through some of the stats. Over 6,200 backlog that was cleared, 600-hour reduction of manual data entry, 1,500 FTE hours saved, and a 35% decrease in password lockout notifications. So here we're talking about some lessons learned while fast-tracking RPA. And I have the top 3 lessons for you today. So 1, you need a stakeholder at the executive level. This is to increase awareness of the ability of your RPA program across the organization. So we had Dan Lewis, who was a huge proponent of bot automation at the executive team meetings. And he would make sure that all the other executives that run the different departments throughout the city of Seattle were aware of the capabilities of RPA and making sure that if they had any manual work, that we would take them on as a client and help them eliminate that through RPA. The next one you need is a stakeholder in the IT department whose goals are to make the RPA program run as smoothly as possible. So this means maintaining the RPA infrastructure 24/7, making sure that any required applications be installed on the virtual machines in the same day fashion, and just making sure the program as a whole runs smoothly from the IT perspective. The last thing you'll need is a self-service automation portal. So most of the best RPA ideas are the ones that produce the most ROI will not come from IT, because IT already has a lot of automated processes and has people that can already build code. So you'll find that the biggest ROI gains come from HR, finance, accounts payable, accounting, where they haven't necessarily had the technical skill set to build their own custom programs prior to RPA. And so as you can see from here, our growth has been almost exponential every quarter, meaning we're building new bots every quarter and we're not spending time on maintenance across the platform. So over the last quarter, we had a 192% increase in bot runs and 78% increase in runtime hours. In a total, we've had over 6,000 FTE hours saved. So a ton of savings across the platform.